Hi everyone, good morning. Are you able to hear my voice? Okay. See, we are discussing about the MySQL database, right? Okay, in the last class, what we did, we just connected to the MySQL server, okay, by using root is the user and a password. I am not given any password, it's empty. Okay, then we created one database by using the syntax, create a database name. Okay, then after creating your database, you need to select that database. The syntax to select the database is use some database name. Okay. After that, we created one table within the database in that ECE. Okay. By using the syntax, create table student. Student is the table name. Okay. These are the columns. Roll number is one column and name is one column. Okay. Roll number I'm taking it as a integer type, means now some numbers I'm taking. Okay, this name I'm taking it as a character type. Okay, some string data I'm going to take by as a name. Okay, then these things we have seen yesterday. We alter some student table also. Okay, for example, after creating this table student, if you want to add any column, you can alter that table. Okay, if you don't want that table, you can delete that table by using drop statement. Drop table name. Okay, then if you want to drop your database also by using drop database name. Okay, if you want to see the structure of your database, you can just describe the table name. Okay, all these things we have seen yesterday. Okay, I'm trying to open MySQL. Okay, actually this MySQL is installed in my computer. It's local disk C, XAMPP. Okay, within this XAMPP, I have my MySQL is installed. Okay, this is the MySQL folder. Okay, go to there. Within the bin, you need to execute from here. From here, you need to connect. Okay, just I'm opening as a within the command prompt. I'm opening. Now from here you need to connect to the MySQL. Okay, MySQL. Okay, this is the command to connect to your MySQL server. Okay, using user as root and password. I'm not given any password. Just enter. Okay, then click on enter. Now you are entered into your MySQL server. Okay, then in the previous class we have created one database, right? Okay, that is EC database we have created. Okay, I'm just going to use that database. Just I have selected the database. Now you are in ECE database. Okay, there I have created one table. Okay, if you want to see what are the tables that are present within the database, just use the statement show tables. Okay, to see your tables within your database, just use show tables. Okay, it will give the list of tables which are present in your database. Okay, now you can see in the last class we have created the student table. Okay, if you want to see the structure of the student, okay, what statement we used here? Here, describe. Okay, describe student. Okay, that statement, if I enter it, you can see what are the fields that in the student it has. Okay, roll number is one column, name is one column, and marks and branch. These four are the columns which the student table have. Okay. Now, if you want to see is there any data within that table, we have this statement. One query you need to give to the database, that is select query. Select. Okay, if you want to get the data from your table, okay, star is the total. It will give the total data from your table. Okay, select star from table name. Okay, table name you need to mention here. Okay, then enter. Okay, previously I have entered one data. For example, within this table I don't have any data. Okay, what you will do, you need to insert some data within this table. Okay, to insert some data within this table, okay, you have the statement. Okay, that is insert. You have one query, that is insert into, we need to mention here table name, that is student. Okay, student. Okay, then values. Okay, what are the values you need to pass? Okay, for example here first column I'm going to like enter, that is a varchar type, means it is a string type that you need to give within the single quote. Okay, then name. Okay, or like some name I'm giving. Then marks. Marks I have taken it as an integer type. For marks you no need to give within the single quote. Here I'm giving marks as some 25. Okay, then branches. Here I'm taking one more branch. Okay, see, this is the way to insert some data into the table. Okay, insert into table name student. Okay, values you need to pass. Okay, what are the columns? First you need to know what are the columns that are present within the table. Okay, based on the columns only you need to pass the values here. Okay, like first the roll number, name, marks, and branch. Okay, just here I am entering. Okay, now you can see query executed. Whatever we are writing here, it is this we can call it as a query. Query means just we are questioning to our database. Okay, see, if you whether it is inserted or not, if you want to see, just go to the select statement, select star from student, it will give the list. Okay, now you can see one row is inserted. Okay, like roll number, name, all these things. Okay, this way you can insert some data into a table. Okay, for example I have inserted the data into the table. Okay, for example I want to update this table. Okay, instead of name here, rule number 1002 is there, name is Abhi is there. Okay, I want to rename this name. Okay, in the place of rule number 1002. Okay, just I want to update this data. Okay, for to update your data, we have the query update. Okay, like table name student. Okay, update student set. Okay, name equals to, I'm going to change the name equals to like Pavan I am giving. Okay, where I want to give this name in the table. Okay, that you need to mention as a where class, where rule number equals to, you need to give the rule number. Okay, 1002. This is the way to update your already existing data. Okay, these two rows are inserted in my table. I am going to update this name. Okay, instead of Abhi I am giving the Pavan. Okay, just for to do that, we have the query, that is update query, update student set. We am going to set the name equals to Pavan, where roll number equals to 1002. Okay, enter it. Okay, now you can see query. Okay, one row affected, means one row is, here it is affected, changes also done. Okay, if you want to see whether it is updated or not, just go to select statement, select star from student. Okay, now you can see in place of this Abhi, you can see power, means I have just updated my data in my table. Okay, in this way you can update your data. Okay, then we have delete statement. Okay, if you want to delete some row from your table, we have the delete statement, a delete query, that is delete from. Okay, from where you are going to delete, that you need to mention the table name, you need to mention student. Okay, I'm going to delete, I'm going to give the condition where roll number equals to 10002. Okay. In this roll number, I'm going to delete this row. Okay, this row I'm going to delete. Okay, whether it is deleting or not, this time if I enter, it is going to delete. To delete any row from your table, you need to go for this query, that is delete from table name where condition. So this is the condition. Roll number equals to 1002. Okay, if I enter, now it is executed successfully. Okay, if you want to see whether it is deleted or not, just go to the select statement. Okay, select star from student. Okay, in this way you can delete your one row in a table. Okay, we have one more query, that is select query. Okay, uh, select query is used to retrieve the data from the table. Okay, here select star from student is there, means from the student table the data is going to retrieve from the student table. Okay, here star means like total data, total rows it will retrieve. Okay, for example, I don't want the total rows, I want only one column. Okay, for example, within this table I require only this column. Okay, like that also you can retrieve. Okay, select name from student means it will retrieve only that column data. Okay, or else if you want to retrieve one single row, okay, for that you can go for select star from student where condition you need to mention, where roll number equals to 1. Okay, for that I will insert one more row within this. Okay, or like inserted. Okay, now you can see two rows are available now. Okay, I'm going to, this is the way to select the total data. Select star from means it will retrieve total rows and columns from your table. Okay, I don't want the total rows and columns, I required only one column. Okay, for that what you need to do, select I required only name field, name column. Okay, name from table name. Okay, now you can see only one column it is retrieved. Okay, in this way you can retrieve only single column. For example, I require like one row. Okay, for one row you need to mention select star from student. Here you need to write where condition, where like rule number equals to, you can mention like 1002. Okay, I'm going to retrieve only single row from my table. Okay, for that just use the statement select star from student where condition. Okay, roll number equals to 1002. Okay, now you are able to retrieve one row from your table. Okay, these are the like operations which we can perform on a table. Okay, you can insert some data into a table. Okay, you can delete some data. Okay, here you can see insert some data into a table. Okay, then you can update some data, or else if you don't want that one row, you can delete that row also. Okay, by using delete query. Okay, if you want to retrieve the data from the table, you can go for select statement. Okay, select, if you want total data, you need to mention here it is star. Okay, if you want only one column, you can directly go for this statement. Okay, in this way you can perform operations on a database. Okay, what we did here, just we have created one database. Okay, and after creating the database, we did some operations on database. Okay, then we created one table. Okay, after creating your table, we inserted some data into the table. Okay, then we updated the table, and we delete some data from the table, and we retrieved data from the select statement. Okay, these are the operations which we can perform on a table. Okay, see, from where I'm connecting to this server, if by using like command prompt, I'm able to connect to this database, right? Okay, instead of connecting to this server using command prompt by using PHP file. Okay, by using PHP file, we are able to connect to this server. Okay, that we are going to see today. Okay, see, in the last class, if you observe here, okay, using these PHP files, okay, I'm going to connect to this server. Okay, as of now, I have just directly entered into this database. I created some database. Okay, then I created one table. I inserted some data into this table. Okay, but as a PHP programmer, you need to write the code to connect to your database using your PHP files. Okay, that is, you are going to integrate your PHP with MySQL. Okay, integration means just I'm combining these two. Okay, by using PHP code, I'm going to integrate with this database. Okay, the database is MySQL database. Okay, that we are going to do in the today's class. Okay, first what I will do, first I will connect to this MySQL server. Okay, after connecting to the server, we can do anything. Okay, we can create database. After creating your database, you can select that database, then you can create tables like that. Okay, through command prompt, how you can connect. Okay, if you observe here, just I are entering username and password, then I'm just going to connect with your server, MySQL server. Okay, but here what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect using PHP file. Okay, how I can, just you can observe here. Okay, this is the PHP starting script, right? Okay, this is the ending script. Within this, we are going to write our PHP code. Okay, I'm just saving this file. I'm just saving this file in the server location. Okay, this is the ECE folder, right? Within the ECE, what I'm going to do, I'll create one folder. Okay, within the ECE only, I'm just creating one folder. That is like database. I'm just created. Okay, within this database, I'm going to save my file as connect.php. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to connect to my server, MySQL server, using PHP file. Okay, see how you can. We have some predefined functions, means some built-in functions available in PHP. Those functions, by using those functions, you can connect to your database. Okay, you can select your database and you can perform some operations. Okay, what are those functions, predefined functions which are available in PHP is, now you can see here, MySQL underscore connect. Okay, this is the built-in function which is available in PHP. This is used to connect with your server. Okay, see, if it is a general, if you want to connect to directly, you can directly using this statement, right? Okay, but using PHP, by using this function, MySQL underscore connect. Okay, by using this function, you can connect with your database. Okay, how I can see MySQL underscore connect. Okay, this is the function. Okay, used to connect with your MySQL server. Okay, this like function will take some parameters. Okay, first one is the host. Okay, host means where your server is installed. Okay, that means where your MySQL server is installed. Okay, that you need to mention here. Okay, then it will take user. Okay, user means here I have entered root, right? Okay, not here. While or accessing your MySQL server, here just I mention user as root, right? That thing you need to mention here. Okay, here that user you need to pass here. Okay, one more parameter, that is password. Okay, so these three parameters this function will take. Okay, first one is the host. Okay, second one is the user of your MySQL server. Okay, then password of your MySQL server. Okay, the three parameters it will take. Okay, then this function will return one object. Okay, if this connection is, if the connection is true, means it is connected to your server, it will return true. Okay, otherwise it will return false, means it will give some error messages. Okay, that we will see. But what are these parameters? Okay, for example, here host is, I have installed MySQL in my own computer, means you need to mention here it is local host. Host is the local host. Okay, okay. Here, host is the locally I have installed my MySQL server. That is local host is my host, and here user is root I am taking. We are connected using a root user only, right? Root is the user, and password. Password I am initially I have not taken any password, right? You need to give empty here. Okay, if you have any password, that password you need to mention here. Okay, then by using this function I am passing all the parameters like host, user and password. Okay, then I'm checking the condition if connected, means what is this means? Okay, this condition is true, means it is connected to your server. Okay, otherwise it will give error message. Okay, that error message I'm just printing not connected. Okay, if you want to see the error of which error it is giving, means while connecting is there any error, if you want to see that error, we have one function that is mysql underscore error. Okay, this function will give error message while connecting to your server. Okay, see for example, if it is connected, okay, if it is connected, just I'm giving simple message. Okay, connection successful. Okay, simple message I'm just giving. Just what I'm trying to do with this program, just I'm connecting to my server. Okay, whether it is connecting or not, after connecting to your server, then we can perform any operations. Okay, by using this function, the mysql underscore connect function. Okay, just I'm trying to connect with the server. Okay, my server is like install in within this host, local host, user is root and password is empty. Okay, I'm saving this file within the like server location, that is htdocs, there one folder ece, there one more folder database, there my file name is connect.php. Okay, I'm going to access that file. Okay, see within the data like ec, one folder I have created, right? That is database. Okay, just enter into the database. Then here you can see connect.php file. Okay, I'm going to access this file. If you click on this file, now you can see connection successful, means you are connected to your server. Okay, by using this function, you are connected to your server. For example, I'm just changing like password I'm just mentioning. Okay, okay, just I have saved that file. If you can observe, now you are not able to connect to your server, because now you can see the error message not connected, access denied for the user root at localhost using password s, means I have entered some wrong password here, right? While installing I have not taken any password here, but if I enter some password, okay, it is getting error message. While connecting, it is getting error message. Okay, if I remove that password, okay, if I click, just I'm saving this file. Once again, I will refresh this page, whether it is connecting or not. Now you can see connection successful. Means that now you are able to connect to your server. Okay. If you observe this diagram, from this file, from this PHP file, you are able to connect with your MySQL server. Okay. Just simple. Instead of connecting to the directly within this server, I'm connecting by using PHP file. Okay. Now I have established connection with my server. Then what you can do, you see here, after connecting to your server, you can create a database. Okay. Now you can use the database. Okay. All these operations you can perform by using PHP also. Okay. See, after connecting to your server by using this function, we have one more function, that is MySQL under select DB. This function is used to select your database. Okay, previously we use some database name, right? Here you can go for MySQL underscore select DB. Then you can execute queries. Okay, like create table. Okay, create database. Okay, insert data into your table. Okay, all the queries you can execute by using this function. Okay, then we have one more function. I said, right, if you want to print any error, okay, we have the function MySQL underscore error function. Okay, then if you want to retrieve from your database, okay, for example, I have already one table is there. From that table I'm going to retrieve the data. Okay, that I want to print in the output. For that you can go for this function MySQL underscore fetch associate function. Okay, then after performing all the operations with your database, just you need to close your database connection. Okay, after performing any updation or some insertion, okay, at the end of your operation, you need to just close your connection with your database. Okay, these are the operations we can perform. One by one we will see. Okay, as of now, just I have connected to this database. Okay, then what I will do, I will create one database within this MySQL server. Okay, see how you can. See, I'm just taking one more file. Okay, saving this file as like create db. I'm taking create db dot PHP script starts from this one, and it will end with this one. Okay, see, to create your database, first you need to connect with your server, right? Okay, just I'm copying the same. For creating your database also, first you need to connect with your server by using this function. Okay, then I'm going to write query for that. For creating your database, what is the query? Here, if you can see, here I'm going to create one database. Okay, create a database name is the query. Okay, just I'm copying the same thing here. Okay, within the double quote you need to take this one. Okay, instead of EC, I will take one more database. Just tell me. EC1 I am taking. Okay, because EC is already available within my server, right? I'm changing the database name. Okay, after writing your query, you need to execute your query. Okay, how you can execute your query? Okay, by using MySQL underscore query. Okay, this is the function used to execute your queries in a PHP file. Okay, there I have given this query directly, but if you want to execute your query by using PHP file, you need to use the function as MySQL underscore query. Okay, just you need to pass that query here. Okay, whatever the query you have written here, that query you need to pass within this function. Okay, what I'm trying to do, if okay, if I'm just passing within the if condition, if this query is executed, just passing this query. If this query is executed, what I'm trying to do, just printing the message echo database created. Just checking the whether it is created or not. For showing that message, this time written database is created. Okay, else giving the message error. Okay, if you want to see while creating any database, if you want to get any error, if you want to see that error, just using that function mysql underscore error function. Okay, I will show this in the output. I'm going to create one database. That database name is ECE1. Okay, just first I will check whether it is there or not. Show databases. Okay, now you can see it is this. There is no EC1 database. Okay, now you can observe ECE only there, EC1 is not there. Okay, see, I'm going to execute this statement. Okay, within the database only I have saved my file. My file name is createdb.php. Okay, if I click here, okay, now you can see database is created. Means it is connected to the server first. After connecting your server, I'm going to execute this query. Okay, means if I pass the query within this mysql underscore query function, okay, it is going to execute your query. Okay, after if it is executed, I'm just printing the message as like database created, or else if is there any error, just showing in the output by using mysql underscore error function. Okay, now if you can see whether it is created or not, just I'm showing the databases. Now you can observe ECE1 is created. Okay, this is the way to create your database by using PHP file. Okay, first connect to your server first. After connecting, just use the SQL query. Okay, that execute that query by using mysql underscore query function. Okay, see, for example, if I refresh this page, what happens? See, for example, I'm going to refresh this page. Means I'm executing one more time. What happens? Now you can see error. Okay, means you can see that error message by using that function can't create database EC1. Database exists because database is already exist within the server. That's why it is giving error. Okay, by using this function. Okay, by using mysql underscore error function, it is going to give the error while processing your query. Okay, this is the way to like this is the way to connect to your server. Then you can create your database. Okay, for example, I want to like use this database. Okay, after creating, if you want to use this statement, use this database. Okay, just we have one function, that is mysql, okay, underscore select db. Okay, that db you need to pass here. Okay, the db name is ECE1, right? Okay, that you need to pass. Okay, after selecting your database, what you can do, you can create tables, right? If you observe here, okay, after selecting your database, now you are able to create your tables. Okay, then you can alter your table also. You can drop tables. Okay, everything you can do. Just what you need to do, you need to change this. Sorry, same thing we will do, but instead of this create database EC1, okay, for example, if I want to create table, Okay, what statement I will use? Just create a table student, or this one. I will change only. Okay, instead of there. Okay, now you can just like execute here. Just I'm mentioning table created. Okay, same program. Just I'm refreshing. When table is created. Okay, like that you can change your query here. Okay, just change the query, execute the process. Okay, in this way we will connect to your servers. Okay, actually time is over. Okay, if you have any class in the future, we will continue this one in the next class. Okay, I think it may